What's up, Flockers? We're back with another episode of Flockast, and I'm here boiling hot in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm joined with Colin Long. What's going on, Colin?
What's up, Hot Jake? What are you like at 100 in Columbus right now?
It's currently 96 at 10 a.m. right now.
Yeah, I went out for a one wheel. It's not much cooler down here. It's hot. It was pretty hot last weekend too in Merriweather, but I guess it's just the time of year, you know.
Yeah, well, for
It's
a while
hot.
there in the Midwest, it was being cold and rainy all the way up until this past week. I guess there's a big Caribbean air mass coming up through the Midwest that's going to make it hot and sticky throughout the rest of the week. That's what I heard the weatherman say.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I think we got lucky last weekend with the weather. After seeing the cancellation at Bonnaroo, what an absolute gut punch for a lot of people. That was pretty crazy to see. But I will say, Dogs in a Pile got super lucky, and who would have knew like the only headliner to play there would be Insane Clown Posse. Like, what a day if there was only a day.
Yeah, it was actually all the Fago that flooded the campgrounds. They weren't able to go on because of the Fago.
It wasn't even raining. It was just a river of Fago. I believe it. It's funny when you watch the clips because they go through so much on stage. It's like it's such a thing. It's pretty funny. Everyone's going to go home pretty sticky after that show, I'd assume. Definitely would check them out though.
Have you ever heard Insane Clown Posse talk about their relationship with Fago?
Not specifically, but I'm sure it's something that's pretty intimate and a little bit inappropriate.
No, they actually don't want anything to do with Insane Clown Posse because they're a small Christian family and stuff like that. So they do not like Insane Clown Posse using Fago. So they just keep on using it.
And they have completely hijacked the brand 100% because it's synonymous, Insane Clown Posse and Fago. I can't think of two things that aren't attached like that. You would think they own the company. It's so funny. Right. I love that.
I think Violent J actually reached out to them about being like investors, and they were like, no. There's an interview or something about it.
They're like, we don't want your clown money.
Yeah. But you went to All Good now, right?
Yeah, I was there. I'd been on the road all week for work, so we were kind of got a lazy start. We drove up on Saturday, so we missed the first couple bands and basically just got there in time for the Disco Biscuits, which was great. Although short set, I feel like the Biscuits can't really settle in the way you'd want them to with a one setter like that. But it was a good set. I enjoyed it. We had a good spot on the lawn, right kind of back from the lawn rail right there. Weather was cool. And we stayed that night through String Cheese. And I'm an old man, so I was a little tired at that point. I didn't want to go too hard on night one, save some gas in the tank for night two for Pigeons and Lawrence, which that was the most random band in the world, I thought, on the lineup for the placement that they had, I will say. Good band. They're a family. They'll let you know. But I thought it was weird. I would, if I could have had my way, I would have had Pigeons and them switch spots. I think it would have been a better lead-in to Goose, would have been Pigeons rocking the stage than Pigeons, Lawrence to Goose. But all good. The weather held out. The day one, we had a nice spot on the lawn. And then day two, Luke had learned that they have this new, since the roof collapsed a couple years ago, they rebuilt the whole thing. And they actually have these tiers in there right now, or they call it the Sky Lawn, where they put grass up here and they have a little tiered hill. And it was really cool. And we thought you had to have special tickets for that. And they're like, no, the first time we were walking up, like we're waiting to get kicked out. Like we're going where we're not supposed to be. But we got up there and really got to have a kind of a front row behind the seats view for Pigeons. So I was like right up above him looking down. I had a great viewing spot for that show. But then the whole crew started hanging out up there. Then by the end of that show, Jack, Page, everybody was coming up there, and it was just a rager up on the Sky Lawn, which was a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think you're the only one that shares that sentiment about the order of bands playing. People were like, Pigeons would definitely have segued into Goose a little bit better. And
right. And it's not a knock on Lawrence, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say before we start digging into All Good, we should probably talk a little bit about this String Dusters melt. What were they calling it? The infamous Pigeon Melt tour. I think that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pigeons did a 5-day run with the infamous String Dusters and Melt. I didn't really get to see anything as far as anyone really talk about Melt or anything like these. These were usually kind of early shows, so I don't know if that many people were able to, see Melt as much as they wanted to. But yeah, you didn't happen to make any of these shows, did you?
No, I was just I literally for the last 90 days have been on just such an insane travel schedule for work. So I was in I was in New Orleans, so it wasn't like I was, not having a good time. But yeah, I missed all the shows. I wanted to go to what would have been the rescheduled one at the Westcott. Was it the Westcott? Anyway, because that would have been like my birthday show. It'd have been cool to do that, or make it to Levitt. Those were what I was trying to do, but work gets in the way. So, but glad a few weeks later to make it to All Good. And now we're on our way to Dome Fest. And speaking of set times of All Good, did you see the set times for Dome Fest?
Yeah, I did. What's up? What do you think?
How sick! I love it because Pigeons are playing like a late night set without playing a late night set. They kind of it's like a sneaky thing they're doing on the Saturday night. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm here for that. I love that.
And then the tweener in between Pigeons is going to be Eli, his new little DJ, I think, project that he's working on. But yeah, dude, we'll go over the schedule here in a second. I just want to say, like, if you.
Sorry, I get excited.
No. Hey, that's why we're here, Colin. We're excited about this band, and we want to share that excitement and everything. But
all right, keep us on the tracks, Jake. Keep us on the tracks.
Hey, trains on the tracks. That's a big thing in our household right now. Bo is obsessed with trains. He's like, good. Trains on the tracks, Daddy. I'm like, that's right, buddy. Train is on the track. We are moving.
Love it.
But few of the highlights for me, at least, from this Pigeons Melt show were some of the sit-ins from the String Dusters. I'm not usually familiar with those guys that much, but they're a bluegrass band, so it was definitely interesting to hear those instruments being played on popular Pigeons tracks. There's a Poseidon with a banjo, I believe. I forget what show it is, but if you're able to go through those Nug shows, take a listen to those. And big shout out to Dylan Hines, front of house audio for Pigeons. It was just recently his birthday, so happy birthday, buddy.
Happy.
And thank you for getting these shows up for us to enjoy. But one of my favorites from one of these shows is the new song "Win a Minute," and I know we've talked about that.
There you are. You're with it.
Yeah, it's really starting to grow on me listening to the lyrics and stuff. And I just posted about it in the Flock yesterday, but I'm really excited to hear where this one goes because I haven't really jammed it out, and it has like this epic like section in it where I think like they can really jam it out. But yeah, really digging that one. And from that, that's the Levitt Pavilion show. There's just this section, "Win a Minute."
Yeah, and the other big sit-in. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Keep going.
I was just saying that "Win a Minute," "All Right Tonight," "Horizon," and "Ocean Flows." I've just been listening to that little section almost on repeat the last couple of days, and I don't know why. And I just feel like it's been the "Win a Minute" and the "Horizon." It just really is nice and tight. I really like it. But what were you going to say about sit-ins?
Once you get "Win a Minute" in your head, it really does kind of just rattle through your brain. Like I had like a week or two where just all day, just stand up, just Greg going through it in my head. I won't try to do it because I'll butcher it. But I was saying the other big sit-in they did with the infamous String Ductors was the "Get Lucky." They posted that on YouTube.
Oh,
that was a good one.
Yeah, I think that was from the first night.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's check real
Yep.
quick. It was. Sweet.
Yeah.
But some of
But a
these
lot of good
venues.
for one set. I mean, for go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say for single set shows, they're packing a lot in. I mean, the Westcott, the Whoopi 1999, they haven't done that in a minute. Into a Skinner, King Kong Sukasa, like Schwa, that's a heater.
Yeah,
That would
they
have been a good birthday show. Sorry, I'm just salty. Damn it, work.
just a little salty. Hey man,
I know.
responsibility's getting away
It's
with
all
Pigeons.
right.
It's all right.
It's,
Yeah,
being a grown up is not fun all the time.
but we
But
work to have
overall,
fun.
I'd say exactly. I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't do it, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah,
But it was cool they closed it with You Can Call Me Al, getting everybody on stage to close that run out. That's kind of like bring everyone out. That's a great song to kind of just rock it out to. Good vibes.
yeah, and this venue was super cool. The Treehouse Brewing Company, huge, massive place with like an indoor garden and everything like that. Everyone
Really?
was posted. Yeah, everyone was posting on their Instagram stories from like the band and crew about how cool it was, and like Ben did like a walkthrough. Even Brett did a walkthrough, like how he usually does of the venue, but it was like a super long one because it was a massive place. But just a note in the Nugs. After Calm, Before the Storm, it goes Space Jam, The Hop, and FU, and it's not cut at all throughout Nugs. It's just one big song, the Space Jam, The Hop, and FU, so there's no cuts in between, so it just flows so nicely. I don't think they've done that.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I just wanted to mention that real quick. But you got to treat yourself on that. I'm digging that new one too, as well. But
Yeah, I'm digging that too.
you want to go ahead and talk about your experience at All Good, man? A little bit more in depth.
Yeah, so it was great. I was laughing at the Dawn of New Day opener, and apparently, and of course, Jack is the one who educated me on this one. Thank you, Jack. I had not heard them do that, or at least had not identified that extended kind of jam out part that we do on. They apparently did it twice or three times before. I forget what Jack said. They only done it a couple of times, but I was kind of at first I was like Dawn of New Day opener, all right, but then they go in that jam part. I was like, shit, I hadn't heard that before. That was really cool. They're like Doc the other day. They put the encore song at the start. I'm like, all right. But then they just get right into the movement with the Avalanche. I think that really got everybody kind of like really started to get heated up, and then breaking out new song. And they didn't announce it ahead of time, so we're all kind of looking at each other like, is this a cover? I don't recognize this song. And at the end, Greg kind of mentions like, it's a new one. Briefly, if you didn't listen, you wouldn't have heard it. He didn't say it like that, like distinctly into the mic, but dig it. I listened to it a couple times since. There's a lot of potential for it, but it's just another new song that's good. I mean, they're just kind of peppering out new songs, just kind of just dropping it along. And I think, we said this, but I feel we'll get some more at Dome Fest. But right from the Love Trap, kick the Poseidon off. Great big Poseidon. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to the Avalanche. I forgot to mention this. So they brought Peter from Great Blue to sit in with them. And I got to say, this is not even really meant to be like a shitty comment on it because you just couldn't hear him. So it was like he was jamming on the keyboards, but like I couldn't tell you I was able to notice it. So I don't know if it was the mix or if it was just that, Ben's bass was just kind of thumping over it. But like, I don't know. Like it seemed like the least impactful sit-in I've saw in a long time. And I don't know. Maybe it was where I was and the sound. I don't know. It was weird, but I just didn't think that it added that much to the song. And usually he's a great sit-in. He does a great job. I've seen him do it before at Dome Fest. I know what he's capable of. So it was just kind of weird. I thought it was an interesting song to pick, and it just, I don't know. That's my thoughts on that, but it was still good.
Hey, you're not the only one that's said that. I actually, someone was up close Jeremy's side and said that it was probably one of the worst decisions that they made at the weekend, just because they couldn't really hear anything, and then since it was a day set, they didn't experience Manny as much as they wanted to either. But yeah, dude, that's kind of like disappointing to have Peter from
Yeah.
Great Blue coming out there.
Yeah, I saw Manny's post on it though. It was but I love Manny's post I saw on socials where he was just kind of, having gone to fish shows at Merriweather and then to now be lighting up that stage. Cool moment for him. I love hearing stuff like that because that's cool. Like, you grow up, you want to achieve things, you want to do things, and he's got probably milestones in his career that he wants to hit. I thought it was crazy that he did the presidential inauguration, the lighting for that. I was like, dude, that's a crazy big gig to pull. That just shows that he's getting out there and he does a really good job. So happy
He's
for
done
him.
the past two.
I love to see it.
He did Biden's and
But
Trump's.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he did
He's
the last
doing
two. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well, he did such a good job. They bring him back. It's nice.
Well, he's doing a lot more like stuff in the DC area. He's doing stuff for like news stuff, a lot more professional stuff. Even Dylan does a lot of professional stuff when they're not doing things with Pigeons.
Love it.
But
branching
that
out.
show just in general for everyone was a big show. If you look at the pictures in the crowd, I mean, a lot of people showed up just to see Pigeons. I mean, there's no real. What time did they come on?
They came on at it was 3:50. So that was 3:50, which is super early. And that's why like the 6:30 to 7:30 slot would have been way better for him.
But what I'm saying is, if you look at those pictures, that place was packed that early just for that. I mean, a lot of people wanted to see Pigeons. So
yeah, look, the crowd was good. The vibes were high. I mean, it was rocking because I was up top. I was looking straight down on everything. So I was able to see the crowd response. And, they after the Poseidon hit that show me, and which was super fun. But then, hang on. So it wasn't Avalanche. It was the show me that Peter came out on. Sorry, I had the wrong song. But then when they break into the While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I got so excited because I was like, all right, we're going up a notch now. Because they get that thing going hard. And I was watching the crowd just go absolutely crazy. Because that's a good one, when they do a cover that people that maybe aren't Pigeons fans, they know that song. It's obviously a very famous Beatles song. So when they all of a sudden play a version of it that just is completely unlike anything you've ever heard before, no one does that. They've just, taken it to 10. Yeah, that was fun. I was going full Pigeons freak mode dance with that one. I was sweaty at that one. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah, man. And then they broke it down to finish with the Horizon. Not surprising. I was really hoping they were going to squeeze one more in. At the end of the Horizon, I'm like, give me at least a doc, something. Just, what else we got? But now they had to cut it short there. But it was a great Horizon. A nice Greg intro where he's doing his little speech. So, you got the full extended intro and a Greg speech, which is always cool. So great Horizon. I'd say all around great set. It was really cool just, being with some Flock fam up on the Sky Lounge there, Sky Lawn. And I'd say all around good show. Yeah.
Nice. So
yeah.
Let's hear about this shirt you got.
Oh, so I got this at the Lettuce Show in Chicago when I was there.
Not that shirt. Not that shirt. Your
shirt. No, Luke and Laura gave that to me. I think before Mondegreen. I think it was before Mondegreen, and obviously, in case you don't know, Jake, I lose my glasses from time to time. I haven't for a while though. I've been really good. But Domefest is coming up, and I might take some insurance policies out on these bad boys.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Colin likes to lose his glasses when he's out at Pigeon shows.
I don't like to do it. That's not. I don't take joy in not being able to see where's my phone, where's my glasses, who has my wallet.
But
it gives me anxiety.
What did it say exactly? What were the words on it?
Oh, the shirt said, "I lost my glasses, comma, again."
Again. Okay. as soon as I saw
Yeah.
that group picture, that's the thing that I saw. Person just immediately started cracking up. But yeah, dude, it looked
Yeah,
like
there
there
was
were
a
a
few
lot of
people who made comments on that
you
one.
know. Yeah, that's why it's perfect because there's more than one person that knows exactly what that shirt's about.
Yeah, the joke's on me, everybody. All right. Ha ha ha. That's okay. I can make fun of
I just
myself.
think it's funny
I'm okay
because
with
like
it.
I could not imagine losing my glasses because I really cannot see. Like I don't have my glasses on right now, and like anything that's 10 feet in front of me is just blurry and stuff. So like only thing I can see
Yeah,
is
see, without my glasses, I can see 10 feet in front of me. I just can't read anything on my phone. So if you're like texting me, I'm like, I don't know. can you
I
can you
got
send a
you.
voice memo? Yeah. But
Gotcha.
I bring a backup pair now. So I always come prepared for who I am as a person.
Good.
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some Dome Fest now.
Yeah. So the set times that we touched on, super stoked about that. I'm really kind of happy with the way they've put the whole lineup. I really got no notes. Like, nailed it. You know?
No, dude, it's sweet. This entire festival just keeps getting better and better and better. So music starts on Thursday. You can arrive on Wednesday. I believe that's for anyone that has early arrival. If you're a vendor or anything like that, you can set up on Tuesday. But there's no music on Wednesday. Music starts on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. with Sickard Hollow. Going to be great. So Thursday you got Sickard Hollow, tweener sets by Eli. Pigeons playing ping pong is playing 8:30 to 10:45, and Papadozio wraps up the main stage from 11:15 to 1:30 a.m. And then late night you got Fletcher's Grove, and that's in the art gallery. So I don't know where the art gallery is, but I feel like that's going to be up closer to the main stage. The lake stage is going to be it's kind of a hike, honestly. It's down near the
Is it?
yeah, because the main stage is at like on top of the mountain technically. So and then the lake stage is down by the water park.
So this just gives me big Peach Fest vibes immediately because to go from the main stage to the mushroom stage, you got to hike up the mountain. You know, by day 2 or 3, your calves are burning. So, all
I don't
right, that'll
think
be fun.
it's not that
No,
big of a
okay.
hike, but you still have to like travel a bit. It's not flat. I know that for sure. But yeah, man, definitely
Well, we'll get the
go.
steps
We
in.
won't go through all. Yeah, we won't go through this whole thing, but you can go ahead and check it out online. It's on their Facebook to see the entire thing.
I'm looking forward to when they put out the site map so you can kind of see like the layout because I'm still anxious to see where we're going to be set up. You know, really fingers crossed it's going to be like a good spot.
I think they have a site map on their. Yeah, if you go
Do
to
they?
festival info, I think that there's one on there. It's like a
Festival map.
general one.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, it's just like an overall look. But let me see if I can pull this up on here real quick.
Yeah, Shannon just bought a new tent. We're talking about setting it up today in the yard just to see like what it's like. Get used to it so we can build it when we get there.
Yeah, we just set up our booth, cleaned it all down. Just I've never set it up before. It's Tiffany's. It's a 10 by 20, and I wanted to set it up just so that I
Oh,
can.
that's big.
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be nice. All right. So
Yeah.
can you see
And
that
just make
map?
sure, boys and girls out there, to set up camp before you start partying. Do yourself the favor. Get set up first, then have your fun.
Yes. But as you can see, the main stage is up here, and the lake stage is down here. And there's like a road that goes down, but I believe there's a direct route for pedestrians through this area down.
So, where do you think they're going to put all the vending and stuff?
The vending is going to be up here around the main stage. Here's the art gallery. Most everything
Okay.
is going to be up and around the main stage area
Good.
because
Good. Good. Good.
mostly camping is mostly all wooded. This is like the pretty much the only open area here. And then all the cabin tents are back behind the stage in this wooded area with this nice opening here. So that's going to be nice and cool. The
Beautiful.
only, yeah, and the high flyer camping is all wooded, so it should be pretty cool. But I believe the main stage here, and there's going to be like a horseshoe of vendors and food here with the art gallery on the way to the camping area.
Nice.
Yeah, so it should be a good time.
I am looking forward to it. I am counting down the days to Dome Fest. That's for frunkin' sure.
Yeah, I got a
No, I
lot
don't know if I have
wrapped
anything
up.
else today.
I gotta cool. Neither do I really, other than I'm about to listen to some pigeons and sweat it out here. And I don't have air conditioning in the room that I'm in right now, so it's starting to heat up. I'm starting to sweat right now. So let's go through these tour dates. Nothing really new popped up as far as announcements. Uh, they just
Wait,
have
have we talked about the
the
Paradise Rock Club? I think that's been announced since we talked last. Has it? Or is that not
oh
new?
yeah, that's about it. But I'm just saying, like, there's not that many more dates. I feel like they're gonna start announcing some more soon to wrap up the fall and winter tours.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's just go through these. We got some festivals coming up. July 25th, Flood City in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Friday headliner on that. And then the next night, Saturday, they go to Long Island at the Great South Bay Music Festival. And then they're off from the end of July until the second week of August, where we were just talking about Dome Fest in New River Gorge, West Virginia. And then after that, they got a week off, and then they go to Rochester on Thursday, I believe, August 14th, for a free show at the Party in the Park. And then I think this is a new announcement, Summer Dance, where they're going to do a Thursday headline and then a Friday co-headline. I think that's the schedule for that. But that's
That's
Lotus's.
gonna. I don't know if I can make that, but I would want to. That sounds like it's gonna be good.
Dude, I always miss Summer Dance. I'm never able to make Summer Dance, especially Pigeons when they go. They are playing during the weekdays, and I can't. It just grinds my gears, and I'm sitting in Columbus at work while Pigeons are up in Cleveland area playing. And it's just like, dude, that's like 2 hours away, and I'm not even at this show.
Right. But the Bourbon and Beyond, that was a new announcement. They were like a last minute add to that, weren't they?
I
Because
think
they're not even
so.
on the lineup. I was the other day. I saw an announcement from them, and I went to the page, and then I was like, I was looking at the lineup, and I didn't see them on there, but I saw their post, and I was like, wait, I think they might have been a late ad.
Yeah, it must have been because, I mean, that's a big show for them. That's a big festival. You got Fish headlining that one, right?
Right.
Yeah, along with other people. I wonder where they're going to be playing in that as far as schedule goes. But yeah, they're going to be playing in the South here for a while, it looks like. You got Bristol, Tennessee. After that, Wilmington, North Carolina. These are the new uh, fall dates that we're about to go in. But they're going to be playing an outdoor show in Wilmington on October 3rd. October 4th, they're at the Lincoln Theater in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then Ramble Festival, finally, we're able
That
to.
was a surprise announcement, but I think everyone knew. It was
Yeah.
pretty. It seemed kind of obvious they were going to do it, but that was kind of sneaky of them to hold back so long. That looks like it's going to be good. I know guys have been
Yeah.
talking about Ramble Festival since the early days of it, and they've been hyping this thing to me for years. And I just watch it grow and grow and grow and grow, and it's gotten pretty big now.
Yeah, it really came on my map when Magic Beans headlined it. I didn't really hear about it before that, but everyone's only said positive things about it, and I really want to make it there. I was going to try to vend, but that's kind of far to take a whole setup with the family. But I'm feeling like we could probably get out there with the entire family and have a good weekend.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 hours from me. I was weighing up my options, but they're not doing single day tickets, I don't think, right now. So I'd only want to go up on the Saturday.
They'll probably end up doing single day, as most festivals do.
Yeah, so I'll wait and
I
see.
think
It's only like
that's
3.5 hours. It's not crazy.
it ends up being like almost 5 for us. But that's manageable. But Paradise Rock Club, just talking about that. Never been to Boston. They got a
Let's
3
go.
nights show. October 24th, 25th, and 26th. We got Big Something, Chalk Dinosaur, and Disco. So big openers for these 3
Yeah.
shows. It looks like I feel like these could probably be their Halloween shows since they're going to be doing Halloween. But who knows? They probably won't end up doing it like that. But
Yeah, I mean, if they, yeah, I should just say they announce more for the, coming off the tail end of that Paradise Rock Club show. They're in the Northeast. Where else would they go? New Haven, New York, Philadelphia. If they're in the area, a lot of opportunities.
yeah, we'll see.
See.
Only time will tell. Excited, getting pumped up for Dome Fest, bro.
Yeah, we're already doing a lot of preparation. We're buying tables. We're about to buy an Easy Up. All the fun stuff I got to purchase over the next couple week or two. But we're going to fish in like 2 weeks, South Carolina for 3 nights, and then we get back from that. We have a week in between there in Dome Fest, so it's going to happen quick. Before you know it, we're going to be rage into Dome people. I can't freaking wait.
Yeah, and quick thing I wanted to say, I still need someone to help with my setup at Dome Fest. So if anyone would be able to help me throughout the weekend, I will give you a free ticket to do so. I just ask that you help me out. But we can get into more details about that if you're interested. I had a few people reach out, but they just weren't able to fit our needs. So if you're interested, still looking for someone, it'd be great. So that's that. But yeah,
All
man.
right.
Thank you, Flockers.
Yeah. Boo. Boo.